Hi, it's Bob from HeCooksForMe.com. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm putting together a spicy Romano chicken Bowtie pasta dish. For Romano chicken, we're going to use Bowtie pasta, some Cayenne Pepper. These are marinated artichoke hearts, and we'll use the whole jar in here. About 2 cups of shredded chicken. Time saver for you, what we did on this one, we didn't have any shredded chicken, so this is a rotisserie chicken that we just shredded up to use in this. We're going to use a full pint of heavy cream, butter. These are sun-dried tomatoes that I've chopped up. It's about 1/8 of a cup. We're going to use 1/2 to 3/4 cup of sliced mushrooms, some shredded Parmesan cheese, and then salt and pepper. So we're going to start by making this sauce. I've melted 4 tablespoons of butter in a medium saucepan, and now I'm going to do a full pint of heavy whipping cream, except that I've taken out 1/8 of a cup. So 1 ounce is missing, otherwise the rest is all in here. You don't want to do this over real high heat because you want your cream to not curdle. You want to heat it slowly. And then we're also going to add, this is 2 teaspoons salt and 2 teaspoons pepper that are going to go right in here. Now we are going to bring it up and start it just barely to boil. We'll stir it all together and let everything mix together. So now we're going to bring it up so it comes just to a boil. Stir everything together in there, so that's the cream, the butter, and the salt and pepper. The cream sauce is just coming to a boil. I've been stirring it a lot. You don't want any of it to burn on the bottom, and you want it all to come to a consistent temperature. So it's just starting to come to that boil. You can kind of see the ripples across the surface. And so I'm going to pull it off the heat. Okay, now we're off the hot burner, so it's not on the heat anymore. This is a 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan. I'm just going to put that in there and stir it in, as well as 1 teaspoon of cayenne. You can go up to 2 teaspoons, but the cayenne does have quite a kick to it. So you want to be careful adding too much of it, unless you know that you really do like spice. And we're just going to stir this in to that hot cream sauce. And once it's mixed up, we'll just set this aside and move on to making the chicken part of the dish. My sauce is done and sitting off the heat. So while it cools down, I have now put on my pasta water. Once my water boils, I've got about 11 minutes to make the pasta. You just want to do it exactly how it says on the package. So our sauce is done. I got the pasta cooked just as the package indicated. So with our Bowtie, it was boiled for 12 minutes to get it to al dente. And then this is 1.5 tablespoons of butter that I put into a chef pan and melted. And I'm going to start out first by putting in 1/2 cup of mushrooms, sliced mushrooms. And then our 1/8 of a cup of sun-dried tomatoes that are chopped up. And we're going to stir this for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. The mushrooms and tomatoes have cooked down a bit. So now we're going to add our 2 cups of chicken. And this is that jar of marinated artichoke hearts. You do want to drain them, and I like to chop them so you don't get such a big piece of artichoke heart. Now we'll cook this in for another minute or 2. So the chicken's warmed up in there with the artichoke hearts and everything's going good. So now we're going to pour in that 1/8 of a cup of cream that we held out from the beginning when we were making the sauce. And put in about 1/2 of our sauce. Obviously we're not measuring that out, it's just eyeballing it so that you get it some sauce in there and can start everything cooking together. So now we have all that going, so I'm going to pour in our drained pasta. And again, this is that Bowtie pasta. And then the rest of the sauce will go in. And that cheese is down here on the bottom, so make sure you get it good and cleaned up. I'm going to grab a spatula. And then we'll just stir all that together. You want to make sure you don't break up all your noodles, but you also want to get them good and covered in that sauce, and make sure that all your bites are going to have chicken and the other goodies in it. And that is ready to go. And there's your spicy Romano chicken pasta. Some wine ideas with this one. Really depends on how you made it. If you made it without so much of the cayenne pepper in it, so it's more of a creamy chicken pasta, then the Italian wines are great. A dolcetto or a Chianti Reserva would be awesome with it. If you did add in up to that 2 teaspoons of cayenne, you're going to need something a bit heartier to stand up to the heat. And so I would go then to a Spanish Rioja, or even a Côte d'Aron from southern France, which would be a blend usually of Syrah, Grenache, and Mourvedre, with some other grapes blended into it possibly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and consider hitting that red subscribe button. It really helps if you can share my videos with friends and family that might be interested, or watch some of the other videos on my channel. I hope this dish, or one of my other featured dishes, finds its way into your kitchen soon.